Those who have died have never, never left. We remember them here in worship, in community. Welcome to First Unitarian Church of Rochester. Welcome to our annual Memory Tree worship service, where through story, song, and ritual, we remember those who have passed on into mystery before us. We honor our own grief, that immortal companion after loss, and we explore the mysteries of life and death. I'd like to invite up the family of our acting religious educator director, Amanda, her beautiful family, Nima and Rostam, to help us light our chalice as I invite the whole gathered community to the unison words, "Life is a gift for which we are grateful. We gather in community to celebrate the glories and mysteries of this great gift." When we come together, we have a chance to witness and we have a chance to embody the wondrous love that grounds us and surrounds us always. Come, please rise in voice, body, or spirit. Let us sing, let us remember, let us worship. Our story this morning is The Fall of Freddie the Leaf by Leo Buscaglia. Spring had passed, so had summer. Freddie the leaf had grown large. His midsection was wide and strong, and his 5 extensions were firm and pointed. He had first appeared in spring as a small sprout on a rather large tree branch near the top of a tall tree.
Freddie was surrounded by hundreds of other leaves just like himself, or so it seemed. Soon, he discovered that no 2 leaves were alike, even though they were on the same tree. Alfred, the leaf next to him, Ben was on the leaf on his right side, and Claire was the lovely leaf overhead. They all had grown up together. They had learned how to dance in the spring breezes, bask lazily in the summer sun, and wash off in the cooling rains.
But it was Daniel who was Freddie's best friend. He was the largest leaf on the limb and seemed to have been there before anyone else. It appeared to Freddie that Daniel was also the wisest among them. It was Daniel who told them that they were part of a tree. It was Daniel who explained that they were growing in a public park. It was Daniel who told them that the tree had strong roots that were hidden in the ground below. He explained about the birds who came to sit on their branches and sing their morning songs. He explained about the sun, the moon, the stars, and the seasons.
Freddie loved being a leaf. He loved his branch, his light leafy friends, his place high in the sky, the wind that jostled him about, the rays that warmed him, the moon that covered him with white, soft shadows. Summer had been especially nice. The long, hot days felt good, and the warm nights were peaceful and dreamy. There were many people in the park that summer, and they often came and sat under Freddie's tree. Daniel told him that giving shade was part of his purpose. That made Freddie start to think, and a question came to him, and Daniel had an answer.
What's a purpose?
A purpose is a reason for being. To make things more pleasant for others is one reason for being. To make shade for old people who come to escape the heat of their homes is a reason for being. To provide a cool place for children to come and play is a reason for being. To fan out our leaves, for picnickers who come with their checkered blankets, it's a reason for being.
These are all reasons for being. And we're not trees, but we can learn from them. And so I invite you to rise as if you are a tree, in body, in spirit, rising as if drawing nourishment from the ground and stretching out to the sky. And these are all reasons for being. We'll put our arms out as if making shade for old people to gather under us. We'll reach down into the ground, pulling nourishment through our roots and cool for children. And then we let the wind move through our leaves. And finally, as if we are picnickers, we take a big bite. So let's do that 2 more times. Reaching up, we make shade. Scooping from the ground, we bring coolness. Moving through the wind, we let our leaves rustle. And then we take a big bite. So now once more in silence, except for the bite. These are all reasons for being. We are not trees, but you may take a seat and we might learn from them.
If there are any friends over there that might want to help me with this chant, I'd love for you to come around the harmonium like we practiced the other day. So a few of you, I can see you hiding in the congregation. If you could come up, we're going to do a little singing and then share it with the congregation. So come on down. Awesome. Thanks for coming. Come on down. Yeah, come on now. Get close to it. All right. So we tried this the other day. We did really awesome. So come on down. Yeah, come on down. Sneak this way. All right. Perfect. So now, remember, this guy gets a little bit loud. We're going to kind of use it really gentle. And before we start, the words we're going to sing are going to be, what we need is here. Can you guys say that back? What we need is here. Cool. Can everybody else help us this time? What we need is here. Okay. Oh, come on down. Yeah. Get right in here. Spot right here for you. Perfect. All right. So let's say that one more time. We'll say it quiet first, and then we'll speak it a little bit louder. So can we say, what we need is here? What we need is here. Now a little bit louder. What we need is here.
What we need is here.
And now like we're trying to get someone's attention. What we need is here.
What we need is here.
Awesome. So I'm going to sing, and then I'm going to have you guys sing with me. Here we go. Let's try it. We're going to do what we need is here. Can you all try that with me? 1, 2, here we go. What we need is here. And the next line goes, what we need is here. Let's try it. What we need is here. Now, that's a really good job. I don't know if you remember last week. Whoa, it's playing without me doing anything. Okay, there we go. Last week, we kind of stood up when we sang this, and we kind of moved around a little bit. So why don't we stand up if you don't mind, and I'll stand too. You can stay seated if you want. That's okay. All right. So, and let's kind of move side to side before we start it. And actually, if we all want to stand, this would be great. We can do it with the kids. So side to side. And let's just kind of get our bodies moving really, really slowly while we sing this chant, kind of thinking of the leaves that we were talking about of the tree. So let's have this note here. You got it. Yes. All right, so side to side. Here we go together. What we need is here. What we need is here. One more time. What we need is here. What we need is here. Now really quietly. What we need is here. You got it. What we need is here. Now super duper excited. Here we go. What we need is here. Yes. What we need is here. Thank you so much for your help with that. All right. You can go back to your seats now, okay? Thank you so much.
What we need is here. All right. So, Back to Freddie. Freddie especially liked the old people. They sat so quietly on the cool grass and hardly ever moved. They talked in whispers of past times. But the children were fun too. Even though they sometimes tore holes in the bark of the tree or carved their names into it, still, it was fun to watch them move so fast and laugh so much.
But Freddie's summer soon passed. It vanished on an October night. He had never felt so cold. All the leaves shivered in the cold. They were coated with a thin, white layer which quickly melted and left them dew-drenched and sparkling in the morning sun. Again, it was Daniel who explained that they had experienced their first frost, the sign that it was fall and that winter would come soon.
Almost at once, the whole park was transformed into a blaze of color. And there were hardly a green leaf left. Alfred had turned into a deep yellow. Ben had become a bright orange. Claire had become a blazing red. Daniel, a deep purple. And Freddie was red, gold, and blue. How beautiful they all looked.
Why do we turn different colors when we are all on the same tree?
Well, each of us is different. We have had different experiences. We have faced the sun differently. We have cast shade differently. Why should we not be different colors?
Everything our church does for ourselves and others is made possible by what we bring to it. Each week we practice shared generosity to support the work and witness of Unitarian Universalism in Rochester. And half of our Sunday offering goes to a partner organization working to create a more just and loving world. Today we share our plate with Isaiah House. And since 1987, Isaiah House has been the home for people with irreversible illnesses who are in the last 3 months of their lives. Isaiah House was the first of its kind to open its doors here in Rochester to a beloved living with and dying of AIDS. And since then, over 500 people have lived their last days in comfort and dignity of this hospice residence. In the spirit of abundance and generosity, our offering will now be received with gratitude.
One day, a very strange thing happened. The same breezes that in the past had made them dance started to push and pull at the stems of the leaves, almost as if they were angry. The breezes caused some of their leaves to be torn from their branches and swept up in the wind, tossed about, and dropped softly to the ground.
What's happening?
It's what happens in fall. It's the time for leaves to change their homes. Some people call it to die.
Will we all die?
Yes, everything dies. No matter how big or how small, how weak or how strong, we first do our job. We experience the sun and the moon, the wind and the rain. We learn to laugh and dance, and then we die.
But I won't die. Will you, Daniel?
Yes, when it's my time.
When is that?
No one knows for sure.
No one knows for sure. We are not trees, but we can learn from them. We are not leaves, but we write the names of our beloveds and hang them upon our memory tree. We all know that one day we will die, but we don't know when our time will come. We trust that we are a part of something bigger, a tree, life. Trust that we are held by these sturdy branches. And then one day, the leaves of those we love and our own leaf falls. We come each fall to honor our beloveds, to write their names, to speak them, to sing them, to love them, and to hang them here on our memory tree. And we do this in the cycle of seasons, knowing that leaves spring forth, drawing nourishment from their roots, water and sugars, offering shade and coolness and music when the wind floats through us. We hope that we make it through our cycle. We know that leaves drop and are remade, material used again, but we find ourselves this year, like so many years, in a season where leaves dropping happen not simply because autumn has come, but because of the unexpected storms, ice storms or wind or forest fire. We honor, too, the leaves, the names of our beloveds, those who get moved into the soil of our gathering, whose dropping comes not with fall, but with addiction and overdose, war and violence. We come because death is a part of a natural cycle. And even when surrounded by cycles cut short in unnatural ways, we honor human life. We honor what it means to be together and to hold our beloveds now. And so I invite each of you to take a leaf. Hopefully you got one on your way in. And if you didn't, raise your hand and we'll bring you one. We'll bring you a leaf and a pencil. And perhaps I can ask some of my colleagues to do that. And write the names of your beloveds, the names you hope to lift up. Perhaps when you came in, you already dropped a leaf, hung it on a branch. That's okay. They're held here in the circle of love. Perhaps you find that you have a leaf near you on a seat with someone's name, maybe someone you know or someone you don't know. These leaves carry the names of those here in our congregation, people known and loved by this community. These leaves carry the names of those shot and killed in Maine this week, someone known and loved by a community far from here. I invite you, if you find yourself near one of these leaves, to carry it up. In a moment, I'll invite you forward to hang the names of those you loved and those you did not know but were loved. Each of us springs forward, new, drawing nourishment and sugar and water from the ground, already loved by the tree of life itself. We hang leaves for those we know by name. We hang leaves for those killed in war, for those killed in Palestine and Israel, in Ukraine, in all ongoing conflict. Okay.
Thank you.
Lee McFadden,
You are not forgotten. You are not forgotten. You are not forgotten. Praise the Lord. You are not forgotten.
March Cadella,
You are not forgotten. You are not forgotten. You are not forgotten. Stephanie
you
Hio.
are not forgotten. John and Alice Letty,
You are not forgotten. You are not forgotten. You are not forgotten. Oh, Mr. Bauer, you are not forgotten.
Jacob Roth,
You are not forgotten. You are not forgotten. You are not forgotten. Linda Sully Schott.
you are not forgotten. Danica Eskai,
You are not forgotten. You are not forgotten. You are not forgotten. Till Dominos.
you are not forgotten. Hugh Matter,
You are not forgotten. You are not forgotten. You are not forgotten. David Olson.
you are not forgotten. Judith Colby,
You are not forgotten. You are not forgotten.
you are not forgotten.
Sally Ray Besky.
You are not forgotten. Mary Rapp, you are not forgotten. You are not forgotten. You are not forgotten.
Bobby Johnson.
You are not forgotten. John Stevie, you are not forgotten. You are not forgotten. You are not forgotten.
Jane Davis.
You are not forgotten. Edward O'Kellenberg,
You are not forgotten. You are not forgotten. You are not forgotten. Janet Steiner.
you are not forgotten. You are not forgotten.
So Freddie noticed that the other leaves continued to fall. He thought it must be their time. He saw that some of the leaves lashed back at the wind before they fell. Others simply let go and dropped quietly. Soon, the tree was almost bare.
I'm afraid to die. I don't know what's down there.
We all fear what we don't know. It's natural. Yet, you were not afraid when the spring became the summer. You were not afraid when the summer became the fall. They were natural changes. You don't need to fear the season of death.
Does the tree die too?
Someday. But there is something stronger than the tree. It is life. That lasts forever, and we are all a part of that.
Where will we go when we die?
No one knows for sure. That's the great mystery.
Will we return in the spring?
We may not, but life will.
Then what has been the reason for all of this? Why were we here at all, if only to fall and die?
It's been about the sun and the moon. It's been about happy times together. It's been about the shade and the old people and the children. It's been about the colors and the fall. It's been about the seasons. Isn't that enough?
That afternoon, in the golden light of dusk, Daniel let go. He fell effortlessly. He seemed to smile peacefully as he fell.
Goodbye for now, Freddie.
And then Freddie was alone, the only leaf left on the branch.
The first snow fell the following morning. It was soft, white, and gentle, but it was bitter cold. There was hardly any sun that day, and the day itself was very short. Freddie found himself losing his color, becoming brittle. It was constantly cold, and the snow weighed heavily upon him.
And at dawn, the wind came that took Freddie from his branch. It didn't hurt him at all. He felt himself float quietly, gently, and softly downward. And as he fell, he saw the whole tree for the first time. How strong and firm it was. He was sure that it would live for a long time, and he knew that he had been part of this life, and it made him proud.
Freddie landed in a clump of snow. It somehow felt soft and even warm. In this new position, he was more comfortable than he had ever been. He closed his eyes and he fell asleep. He did not know that spring would follow winter and that the snow would melt into water. He did not know that what appeared to be his useless, dried self would join with the water and serve to make the tree stronger. Most of all, he did not know that there, asleep in the tree and in the ground, were already plans for new leaves in the spring.
And when
And so we come to the end of the story and to the end of our worship together. But as it says on the last page of this book, where normally it might say the end at the end of the story, Leo Buscaglia ends this book with the beginning. And so although I'm about to invite us to extinguish our chalice, I'm going to acknowledge that we'll have a few minutes after the service of Pablo playing music and just space in this sanctuary for anyone who needs that extra space and time. And I invite those of you ready to connect and speak with one another to move into the lobby and other spaces of the church. Please join me now in the words to extinguish our chalice. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.
Let us go forth into this life that we're living, into this world, through that door of hope, through that door of peace, through that door of sorrow and grief. And as we go through that door, let's remember the words of Martin Luther, who said, "Even if I knew that tomorrow the world would go to pieces, I would still plant my apple tree." Amen. Amen. And blessed be. We love you. Go in peace. Go in joy. Go in hope. Blessings.
Kids came. Ooh.